Masters Week shoes have dropped, and Nelly wins again. Let's do it! Welcome back to the Swoosh Life Podcast, episode 67 coming at you. And guys, this is our pre-Masters Augusta show because it's Anwa week. We are back, and next week we're going to be live, baby. We're going to be a live show. You can listen to us still on Wednesday, but we'll be live Tuesday from the Azalea House coming at you from Augusta, Georgia. But guys, how are we doing out there as we get this episode 67 kicked off for the Swoosh Life Podcast?
Well, it's 4-1 season, boys. And if you checked out Nike.com lately, it is officially spring 4-1 season. It's major season. I'm doing good out here, guys. Played a couple rounds, got a couple rounds in, got a 9-hole and an 18 in. Felt great. Heading to Tampa. We're recording on a Monday. Heading to Tampa Tuesday, so I'll be in Tampa until Thursday, playing in Tampa on Thursday and flying right back home. And then the craziness begins Sunday night when Gumby and I get together in the truck and head down. And Matt, you'll be right down there with us as well. So Matt, how are you?
Oh man, I've never felt so bad, but been so happy. I've been fighting some kind of cold, some kind of thing that my kid brought home, and it finally broke yesterday. And man, the releases today just brought a smile to my face. Like it feels like spring, even though the temperature dropped here in Chicago. And I won't sniff a golf course now as we go through our schedule and everything that's going to happen the next few days. I'm like, I won't sniff a golf course, but this is my life. I'm always working around golf, talking around golf, never really getting to play golf. And guess what? I wouldn't have it any other way. I am super pumped. And Gumby, yeah, I know you've been finding stuff. You've got a little tickle in your voice. I know you and I are going to be using the mute button a lot this episode. We apologize if we don't get to it in time. How about you, man? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I am just congested, like all get out. But I'm feeling good. This week's gonna be a whirlwind. We're gonna be packing up. We're gonna be getting ready. We're gonna be watching some ANWA because we love ANWA now too, the Augusta National Women's Amateur, and I'm gonna be looking over these releases, and I'm not sure if I missed out or not missed out. We're gonna rank these guys today. What happened? What dropped today? Between some new apparel drops, some shoe drops, everything like that. So, but you know what? I'd rather go down to Augusta and see what happens there before anything. So, we'll go from there. But
bold move, Cotton.
Huh?
Bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you some of my thoughts on these shoes as well.
Oh, I can't wait.
We did talk about them, I think, recently, but not like a whole lot. So it's going to be fun to kind of talk about that a little bit later and go through some of these drops, because not only did just like the major release happen, but there is a lot more release in this 4-1 pack. So we'll get to that. But first, let's talk about Nelly Korda as we kick off this show. Nelly has won again, back-to-back, third time this year, number one player in the world, and she is on fire. Guys, who is playing better than her in all of golf right now? Anybody? Scotty? Like, I mean, it's a fun time to watch women's golf as well. And we don't hype up women's golf enough because the product that they're actually putting out is much better than anything else out there. And I don't think people realize that because it's just women's golf. But like, the eyes are going to be on women's golf this week with ANWA. And I think the eyes of golfers need to start shifting to the women's game a little bit more too, because it's a really great product that they're putting out, and Nelly is on top of that. So,
yeah,
what do we think about Nelly's win?
Yeah, she's on fire, and you know what? Women's golf needs it. I think golf overall needs a dominant female player and a dominant male player, just to kind of like get the game, eyeballs on the game, let it grow. Have a dominant player again. So with Nelly winning 3 times this year, that's great. Scotty, again, came out of nowhere on Saturday and Sunday. Missed that 5-foot putt to force the playoff, but still, he's right there. Why not pick him for the Masters? It's just Nike's dominating right now in both the male and female sports, and we have the women amateurs coming up too. So at Augusta, a little preview of seeing Augusta National as well. So that's going to be awesome. Matt, what are your thoughts on Nelly? She's taking over.
Oh, first 3-time winner since Yanni Singh, and first 3-time American winner since the 80s or something like that. I think I
since
read.
Lopez. And then Lopez went on to win 5 straight. So Nelly's got that, feet ahead of her. But yeah, that's pretty awesome for
TaylorMade drops the news. What is it? 77% for fairways, 79% greens and regulation. And the women's game is not fragmented like the men's game. So you're actually seeing the best of the best compete against each other. So I think the interesting thing is the other interesting thing. I always say the interesting thing is, but despite saying several interesting things, don't worry, guys. I catch my own shit sometimes. You go back. She came back from 3 back this time. She was not the leader on the last day in the last win. Right. So she's doing some things that we don't usually see. Like usually when we see a dominant men's player, it's like leading all throughout the tournament or leading on the final day, holding on to win. Like she's coming back and winning. So she's a threat. Like don't count her out if she's not leading on Sunday. And I think it's kind of crazy that actually her shoe is the winningest shoe on tour, but it's probably the quietest drop of today. It finally came out. We've all been waiting for these free shoes to come out, and it's probably going to be the least celebrated thing that we talk about today. And it did come out in 2 colors.
And a color I wasn't expecting, to be quite honest.
None of us were.
The white and orange, as they're calling it. The
like
they're dark team red, I guess, but it looks orange. So
their reds always look orange to me. Like unless it's like true red or the university red, like everything starts to shade towards orange for me.
But so they have the 2 colorways. Yeah, the frees they look nice, but they look like they're gonna be left behind because again we got the 4-1 releases, and we'll get into that. But yeah, Nelly she's something else. Is it easier to win a tournament coming from behind nowadays than it is to hold on to one? Like I feel like there's not many people now that hold on to that Sunday lead. We haven't seen it, in a while, both men's and women's. But like, do you think just because it's like based off pressure and like you're freewheeling and you're opened up? Like, I know when we're laughing and having fun, the game feels a little bit easier than when you're like tight and thinking about a score that you got to try and hit. So, is that why you think we're seeing that, or do you think it's just the effect of golf and up and down and all that?
I think even if you look at like with Scotty missing the final putt on 18, or you take a look at like even 3 shots back. I mean, it's not like they're 5-shot leads, right?
Yeah.
And I think we're going into the one tournament of the year, especially in Augusta with the men's major. That's the one where most of the winners, they showed up on Sunday, right? Like, unless you totally bury yourself on a Thursday like Rory and then come out and shoot 62 on a Sunday like 2 years ago, right? Yeah. But you can go crazy on Sunday and win a green jacket, which is the magic of Augusta, right? The tournament doesn't start until the back 9 of Sunday. Yet we're here for Thursday. We're here for Friday. We're here for Saturday. In the men's game, I don't know. I don't what lead is safe. Do you need a 5-shot lead to kind of hold everybody off? I agree with you because I think there's so much firepower. It's kind of like the NBA nowadays. Like a 12-point lead with 3 minutes to go is not safe the way people shoot threes nowadays.
Yeah.
And the way guys can attack, they can drive par 4s now. They can get to 5s and 2. It's an exciting time to watch, I guess. But no lead is safe, I guess. But Keith, what do you think? Is it easier to play with from behind or with a big lead?
No, I agree with you guys as well. I think it's easier to play when you're behind a little bit. And like you're talking about basketball, Matt, same thing with hockey. Like a 4-goal lead now in hockey is just, the game has just evolved so much. More skilled people, and you see it in every sport now. Hockey, golf. There's more athletes going after their passion now than ever before. So I think definitely coming from behind is huge in golf, and you have the momentum too. Once you start cranking out birdies and you climb that leaderboard, I feel like you're going to take right over.
And I don't know if they did this on the 2 Sundays that Nelly won, and I'm not saying this as but sometimes when there's inclement weather in some tournaments, they move tees up. So I don't know if that also lended itself to more scoring or anything like that. Because you rarely see, conditions are perfect, let's move them back. You know, they
Yeah.
don't do that for the men or the women nowadays. And it just goes to show, like hockey, football, basketball, it's all about the last 2 minutes of the game because offense. Everything is for birdies and offense. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Well, I think it's interesting now too that that's definitely the way that everything is switched. I remember watching a Duke Maryland game, I think back in 2001 or so. That's when Duke won a national championship that year. And Duke was down 10 with 59 seconds left. And like they came back and won that. And I remember being like, that's like crazy. Like to think of 10 in 59 seconds. And obviously Reggie Miller did it like with like, 12 in so much time, right? Was it 12 in a minute?
Yeah, that was against the Knicks. Yep. And then against Spike Lee. Remember Tracy McGrady, I think, scored 13 in 37 seconds or something like that.
And since then, it has become more common. And now you see like the NCAA tournament is a very like good like thing for that. Like you get into the last 2 minutes and 10, 12 is not a big deal because people will go hit a three, press, steal, hit a three, and then you're right back in it. And it's just miss a free throw. NC State's run has started on in the ACC tournament that they missed a free throw. A guy who has never missed consecutive free throws this whole year missed a consecutive free throw from Virginia. And then they went down and hit a buzzer beater three just to tie it. And then they went overtime. And now look at them. They're in the Final Four after being a 12-loss team, 13-loss team, a team that Syracuse swept twice this year, beat twice this year. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I only say that because it's the only good thing about Syracuse basketball at the moment. But they did lose to them because it's hard to beat a team three times in the ACC tournament. So, but yeah, I just think it's just much more common now that scoring and comebacks evaporate comparatively than the old days. And I don't know if it's just defense or if it's
I'd say this, at least from a player standpoint, and I know like this definitely happens in the NFL with defensive coordinators. Like you don't want to make a mistake, you don't want to foul because you don't want to get blamed.
Right.
Like, and for better or for worse, like nobody wants to try and make a play. Like in the NFL, it drives me crazy. Like we all know that both teams are going to score 14, if not 17, 21 points in the final 3-4 minutes because one team's going to push and another team's not, the defense is going to hang back. Right. I just don't.
Our Bills fans hate 13 seconds, 14 seconds, whatever it was.
Well, and the hard thing is like, it becomes this game like, and even like go back a couple more years when you guys played the Chiefs and it was just like touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. It just became who's going to get the ball last. Like that's all it was, So it was amazing to watch though.
Yeah, no, I think it's great for Nike. It's great for Nike Golf. We've got 2 number ones in the world. Feels like old times when someone else was on the roster number one in the world. And it's great to see, that both those are the 2 champions of Nike Golf, and they're doing it the right way, and they're moving forward as the number one in the world. I'm looking forward to seeing Scotty in Augusta. I think it's going to be great. I think he's hitting all the right strides. He's got a week off right now, and then he gets back to it. But also this week is Live Miami, and Brooks is right there, and others are going to be there. And so I think it does hurt Liv's guys a little bit to be so close up to the Masters, but that's just me. I don't know. Maybe not.
They haven't been playing.
Yeah, they've been off for.
Weren't they off for a couple weeks last year and they did well, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it is like 1 week and then they get into it, and so then they're just continuation. So maybe it's like a help, but I don't know. You just never know with what that tour has to like because it is such an inconsistent schedule. Like I just don't know what's going to happen. Like maybe this is the best way for it to happen.
Benefits them. I think it actually does benefit them.
Yeah,
just
because you've had enough rest, and then they have a good week of practice, and then they are like right into it, Matt.
Yeah, I think that's part of it too, and I think one thing when you're part of the PGA machine and it's week after week after week, stuff starts to kind of lose its meaning, or you start to fall into like, especially like if you get into some bad habits, like it's hard to get out of them, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to say that one is better than the other, but if you could be, take a look at like load management in the NBA, and right, we talk about that. So I think it benefits them to a certain degree.
Well, Cam Smith has lost his magic because he shaved off his mullet, so
boy.
You never know what will happen with that. And I only say that because I'm actually like still have my mullet slightly. So I need a haircut before we go to Augusta, though, boys.
Are you gonna rock a mullet?
I think I am. I think it's gonna be somewhat.
You get the modern mullet.
It's just gonna get cleaned up. If I'm driving down with Keith, I gotta get the Keith hair going. You know what I mean? I gotta get that flow.
We all got the flow. We all got flow. We'll keep the flow for Augusta.
So I just got to get it cleaned up. That's all. So sister comes into town. Happy birthday, sis. And she's going to clean me up. So I'm going to look good for Augusta. And that's all that matters. So this is probably
looking good.
Very good long episode. Exactly. So let's get into these 4-1 drops.
Should we do the clothing first? Clothing accessories first. Let's do that.
I was thinking clothing and accessories first. I'm going to open my screen and share so you guys can see it.
So I kind of texted this to everybody, but I think maybe if you've got Spotify, open up Spotify, get out of car mode. You can see us on video on Spotify. Put us up on YouTube. Or if you just want to listen along to the podcast and you're at work and you want to just open up Nike, what we're going to do is we are going to go to the golf section, clothing, filter by newest, and what we're going to do, and I think what we should do is let's just score this capsule maybe as a whole, and then pick out our top 2 or 3 pieces from this, because I've definitely got a top 3 for myself. So there was a women's golf shirt that dropped, a hoodie, there's a t-shirt, there's actually 2 different t-shirts here, or no, that's the women's t-shirt, sorry.
No, there is 2.
Yeah, there is 2.
Oh yeah.
So does one have iridescent and the other one doesn't?
Big Kids has that purple, and the men's doesn't have a purple.
Yeah, so there's this purple thing where they can't do iridescent on the clothing. All of a sudden you see purple, you see lavender on the golf bag that dropped, you see a green shirt, and it's basically the block Nike logo, the crossed golf club logo. You're a designer, Gumby. What do you call that straight line, that separator?
I call that a slash. A separator. Yeah, a separator.
And then a swoosh, and then a swoosh. And then the theme is the endless pursuit, which we'll talk about with the shoes as well. And then there were hats that dropped as well. So there was 2 sets of trucker hats. There was I don't know if you call that a canvas hat, or that was like, it was like subliminated with the Nike Golf Cross Club logo all over it. You had it's a trucker / rope hat, which I thought was aggressive.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah, that was a nice touch, right in the rope hat wave from 3 years ago. I kind of like it. And then, one has the big swoosh with the golf, kind of like the hoodie that I'm holding on, but it is iridescent. And then the other one has the swoosh with the golf in kind of, I don't know what that shape is called.
This would be like a trapezoid
shape.
Yeah, badge. The little details are for the endless pursuit underneath the brim. I dig like that stuff. This green and white rope hat with the badge in the trucker just screams Augusta to me. I really like this one.
That's a nice touch.
There's a lot of good stuff in here, and I think like the iridescent rope hat one is very nice. The black or the white.
I wanted to get your thoughts on the non-trucker. So there's a third hat that dropped that's a non-trucker.
This is the one that I like. Is this going to be the one that like Brooks rocks this week? You know what I mean?
It's got like that leather strap in the back.
Yeah. It's not a snapback. It's kind of that dad hat.
Is that the difference between the 2 truckers? Are they both snapbacks?
Yes, they are. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the images might be a little off. Like not color wise or anything, but just like the way they cropped it and stuff. They look like this.
Yeah, like I like this little
structure. It looks like some unstructured, adjustable. Yes.
Yeah.
Of the shield, the Nike shield, the cross sticks are sublimated into the adjustable hat.
Yeah.
Nice touch.
This is like one that I'm like, I could see someone who is rocking Nike wear this week, right? Like Brooks tends to rock like a weird hat that they make, like he's rocked
Yeah.
the lobster hat, he's rocked the the Nike going up the hat,
Oh,
kind
that
of
was a
thing.
great one.
That was at Bethpage, right? So
Yep.
He wore them
think-
too for two of his majors, Bethpage and the PGA that year.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So I could see him
Or
like
Aaron
rocking
Hills, I
that
think.
hat.
Aaron Hills and
I could-
Bethpage. That was it.
I could also see Tony rocking this badge green one. Like instead of the circle, he rocks this one for the Masters. That would be really nice. I just like this badge one because it has that sublimation on the background of this green badge, and then it has the Nike Golf, and then it's like a rope hat. Rope hats have become back. I have a rope hat from 2018 when I went to the Masters, a Nike one. But I think the rope kind of works better with a trucker than it does like a non-trucker. I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know why it does.
I would
but to
agree.
me it does.
Yep.
So, and then in the under brim detail for Endless Pursuit. I think this capsule.
Okay,
I think
so let's do this. Let's do this.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, real quick. Let's all three of us. The three hats. 1, 2, 3. What order would you go?
Oh,
And color specific.
I already know.
Go keep it.
I'm going white rope hat with the badge on the front with the green badge. That's number one for me. If you guys are watching right now, right next to it is the green campus cap with the adjustable in the back. That's my number 2. And my third is the black iridescent trucker hat, adjustable in the back as well. Rope hat, trucker rope hat. That's my third.
Yeah, I think these two. So the ones with just the swoosh and the golf, no badge.
Love it.
Just because they're shinier, I
Yeah.
feel like it's more reflective. These are my 1 and 2 right here.
Ooh.
And then my number 3 would probably be, I'm probably going to skip because I don't do well that campus cap. Looks like it's that like low style.
Yeah. Right.
Never fits. I have like a weird shaped face. So I just have a weird face in general. So I'd probably go to out of the other 3. I'd really like the white with the green. I know I've had this thing about like, I always get a black cap because I think it'll stay clean. But then from your sweat, you get the white stains. So a white hat is actually better in the long run. So I kind of want to go in between and go, wait, is the gray one real quick? The gray with the badge. Oh, it's a black badge.
Yeah.
Give me the white one with the green. Give me the white with the green. That's my number 3.
I think this is my 1. But man, this could have been really cool if they kept the green and then did this as the iridescent, like the logo as the iridescent.
Yep.
Like that just would have been this, like you only need to make 1 hat. That's it right there. But then I like these black and white ones with the iridescent. I like the black more because that black outline is so thick when it's like it's obviously like a patch that is like on there. On the white one, you see it more. That has that more of the stitching that goes like it's bolder stitching, and the iridescent doesn't show as well. Like you have to like look to see that this says golf versus the contrast of the iridescent on the black, that the light iridescent on the black.
Yeah, that would be my 1 between the 2.
More. Yeah, so I like this one. I don't mind this campus hat. I think the sublimation is good. This black one's nice with that, but I would have liked to see the sublimation with the badge. Like that would have been nice. Like the badge on these would have been great because I think you need something just a little bit smaller, a little bit more contained when you have all the sublimation, all the craziness like happening around it. Just contain that into something, and then you've got like a really stellar design there. So I think 1 is that green and white, then the black and the white. And then if I had to go with like the third one would be this green of the sublimation campus cap. So yeah, I think you're good though. Like here's what I'll say. It is nice to see them doing something for the majors between bags and hats and stuff like that.
Right.
But what I will say is that I'm not going to buy a hybrid bag for $280 for a major release. Even as much as I loved Peaches last year, I wasn't going to do that. Or the US Open. But if you did They used to do shoe bags. You know, if you did a shoe bag, if you did even a drawstring bag or a backpack or a duffel, like a little like small duffel bag, like you can take to the course.
Stuff that would be under $100.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Then
Yes.
I think that's where you can make money. That's where you can hit home like a thing that you're trying to, do with this. But I don't know. I like these bags. I think they're cool, but I don't need another bag. And I don't need a purple bag. I want this to be iridescent or like, I don't know. But it would make a great like lady style bag, something like that. That lavender is just such a nice like color, but it could be anyone's bag. But you know what I mean? Like it just feels like a very much more of a, you need to have a certain like purpose or like for this style bag. But the sublimation is cool in it. The the old school crossing sticks, the shield, all of that. I like that feel.
There's a nice double swoosh to it too that goes along with
the double swoosh
theme.
But I just think it's I don't know how many of those bags are selling every year when they do these type of things versus something like a duffel or a shoe bag that would go in like gangbusters. Your thoughts, Matt?
Was that your rant that you were planning? I had a feeling like you had
thoughts about, it's like one of my
thoughts about the capsule. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so I would say if you look at the sales that happened the last few years, you're not wrong because the Peaches went on sale. The US Open one went on sale. Right. How often do people buy golf bags, a new golf bag, and how many of them want to attach it to a major? I totally get that. And I hesitated last year, even on sale. Like I skipped Peaches. I skipped US Open. I bought that bag.
Yes.
You bought this bag?
I ordered that bag today, and I'll tell you why.
Oh wow!
So let me take you through Let me take you through my thoughts. So I
like it.
You guys know I have the cart bag for my fall golf. I have my black vapor bag for early muddy spring golf, and then I have my white, black, and red one. And ever since they redid this hybrid too, and the thing I like about this bag in particular is that now the cooler pocket is that middle pocket. It actually goes straight through.
Right there.
So I've been itching. I've been itching to get that bag because of that center cooler pocket, but also nice little touch they put on there. The Endless Pursuit is right there. So right as you reach for your beer.
I love this. Yeah. This lockup of the Nike, the crossing, the swoosh, and then for the Endless Pursuit. I really like that detail.
Now, I will tell you, when I first saw the picture, I thought the bag was dumb. I was like, it's not iridescent. It's lavender, right? Like they're trying to like replace iridescent with all these different shades of purple. Like, as you said, like the Big Kids is a different shade of like bluish purple. And right. And I was like, okay, I could live with it. And then when I clicked on it, and the other thing that threw me off is when you first see the picture of him holding the bag, the person holding the bag, I thought that orange tag, I thought that was part of the design. That's an actual Nike like shoebox tag.
It does. It comes off. Yes. Yep.
It comes off as part of the design, but it's actually hanging from there. Or at least I think it is. The more I look at it, like it's hanging from the zipper. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to order it. If it's going to stick, I dig. Hopefully the sublimation is a little reflective or you can see it better in the sunlight. The thing that kills me is that the double swoosh is just two bland colors. It's like black and gray.
Yeah.
I wish they had thrown the blue in there.
Oh, yeah.
But overall, iridescent there too, like
right.
You could have done that.
So
it
I'm
could
with
be.
You, though.
It looks.
I am with you though that they need to do shoe bags. They need to do sub $100 stuff. But what I do appreciate in this capsule is this is what we talked about is when you make these cool logos or these cool themes, sell more stuff attached to it, right? Like I got hats. I ordered the hats. I got the bag. I ordered one pair of shoes today, which we'll discuss a little bit later. And now I'm broke and I can't even afford gas to get down to Augusta. So I'm leaving today to arrive there by bicycle on Tuesday, guys.
I love this for the Endless Pursuit. And they did it really well for the caps. Did they do it on the back side of the shirts? They did. Okay.
Ooh,
I was like,
I didn't know that.
They had to I was like, we need it on the shirt somehow because did the black sell out? Oh, the black sold out already. Yep. So that's pretty. But they need it on the back. But the problem is that they didn't do it in the same font. They did it in the Futura condensed bold font, which is the Nike. Is a Nike font, but the font that's on like the bag or on the inside of the cap is much more of a serif font, which is what they use for their marketing things now. So like when Caitlin Clark hit something, when Tiger left, when LeBron hit 6,000, you know what I mean? Like, or not 6,000, you know what I'm talking about. But like, that's what they use is that serif font. And I like it on the bag, like this lockup here on the bag where it is, you know, for the endless pursuit in the serif font. That is what this lockup here in the serif font for the then endless, then pursuit should have been what then goes on the back of the shirt. Or this whole lockup with Nike, the cross sticks, the swoosh, the two separators. That should have been on the back of the shirt, not necessarily for the endless pursuit in the Futura condensed bold type of font. It feels very off to that. You know, It doesn't feel like you're sticking to your brand guidelines that you have set up for this major, for the endless pursuit major on the t-shirt. So again, this is full designer me coming out right now, but I think it gives you kind of the understanding of like what is kind of happening to Nike is that we have really great ideas, but some of the execution starts to lack when like you get here. I love a green shirt for the Masters. I really do. I love for the endless pursuit, but then we do this font on it. It just then ticks it down one notch, you know?
Well, but do you think, I guess here's my question. Do you think they got in a meeting and said, well, if we do the serif on the back of the shirt, it's too thin a font to be to make a statement. And also if we went with this font on the golf bag, we run out of room on that patch.
This is definitely a statement on the back of the shirt.
Which actually I would have preferred to do this font on the whole side of the bag. Like boom, just that would have been
But you're right. I get what you're saying. That definitely could be, but like you can also take that. That's what I said. Like you can take that full lockup and make it big enough to like you know how Tiger used to have that big stripe kind of going down the back of those shirts. That would have been cool to do that lockup fully down the back of the back center of that shirt, starting on the neck, going down to the mid to lower back. Like that would be nice. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't always have to be. Yes, we're too thin. Yes, we're too thick. We want to be bold. Whatever. Like. Being bold can be also playing on sizes, not just like statements and fonts, you know, like too. So, but I get what you're saying, Matt. And you know, this is a Nike shirt looking at it, right? This is every Nike shirt.
Yeah, that font for sure.
This font. Yeah. So it's like there's some of that balancing to like coming back that this doesn't just always have to be a golf shirt. Like it is because it has this cross sticks, but it doesn't say the word golf anywhere. It doesn't say anything. Like you'll see some field hockey people wearing this suit, you know, like or something.
Can we go back to the grid?
Yeah.
So you have that set of shirts, but then right next to it, okay, there's the women's. Okay, and then there was the kids. Okay, sorry. Yeah. All right. I'm playing your game. I'm hoping that these shirts are available in Augusta, so that's why I didn't buy any shirts today. But
I hope that the purple is.
That would be
nice.
I
wish that was in the men's. Like the men's purple would be fine.
I'd rock the purple just to switch up and get a new color.
Okay, what color are they using there? What color is that called?
This is orchid.
Okay, I would have preferred they used orchid on the bag rather than lavender.
Yeah, I agree. That would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think it definitely makes it more ladies feel or unisex, which I'm fine with because then maybe my wife will take the golf bag, but probably not. Who are we kidding?
And we got hoodies again. We've got a couple hoodies, these things.
What is the material? What is the material on this one? Is it you're gonna have to click view product details. Yeah. Oh, 80/20. It's the same hoodie I'm wearing. These hoodies are money.
Yes.
These hoodies are money, which now I wish I'll get it in green because I don't have this hoodie in green. And I'll be happy. But if you did the orchid, would have been cool.
Yeah. I think gray and green look really good together as well. So I think the grays
Agreed.
make sense. But I think just like that capsule, I'm giving a solid 3.8 out of it. It just doesn't hit 4s for me, and just because I don't think there's enough to it. Peaches told a story. I don't see a story here, but iridescence is running through, weaves through. It would have been cool to see the Nike like on this, like do like on the white, do Nike and then do the swoosh and iridescence, or
It'd be
do
cool to have
even
the
just
patch.
even just do the separator in iridescence or the badge, right? Like, yeah, exactly. Like
Patch. Yeah.
one of the things tie to the other thing somehow, some way, So the 3.8 for the apparel capsule.
I'm going to give it a 4.15. I like it. I like how it kind of, I know we're going to get into the shoes, but I do like how they brought the Augusta colors into the apparel on this major drop. So I'm a big fan of the hats. Might have picked up a couple hats today, but we'll find out in Augusta, I guess. I did not pick up the bag, but Matt, I love that you picked up the bag because I want to see how you like it when you get it.
Yeah, I'll definitely do an unboxing. I can't wait for that. I'm giving this capsule 4.23. Maybe like I think that's as high as I want to go. 4.23. Look, I actually knew that Peaches was going to be hard to take on. I love iridescent. I actually love it as a material, as a theme. I love that they were able to weave it in when they could on the hats. I wish they could have done better with the bag. I know, even though I bought the bag, like I have all these complaints about the bag, but I'm still excited about the bag. Mostly because you know what? I've been begging my Grove hookups for a vessel bag for a year and a half and just decided it's never going to happen. So I've just been itching for a new bag, and here we are. So I like iridescence. I think, and I wanted to save this for when we're live at Augusta, but guys, since 1997, okay, so how many years back now are we talking about? That's 26 years? 26 years,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Did you know in the last 26 years, 8 times a Masters champion has been wearing the swoosh? You have Tiger with his multiple championships. You have Patrick Reed. You have Scotty Scheffler. You have Trevor Immelman. You have guys that have won the Masters wearing the swoosh a lot. And I think like as the season opener, the endless pursuit, this idea that Nike Golf has produced championships and we're all trying to get better and it's the opening of the season and hope springs eternal and all this stuff. I dig it. I think it actually is a pretty good theme. And I think I don't think you could have followed up Peaches with another Augusta specific thing and had it be a hit. So I think like to step back and just talk about the feeling of golf in general and the beginning of a season and starts anew and everything's white with the iridescent and multiple swooshes.
White
Yeah,
and shiny, white,
I
I think I
sorry.
think you're right. I think you're right, Matt. And I love that perspective. We'll talk about more of that in Augusta too. But I think there's a very classic feel to these as well. White and black. I'd be curious to see a PE of what these, because we sometimes the players get like the opposite. Like, is there a black shoe for
Yeah,
some of
they
these?
used to flip them. I think they're done with those days though. I think they're just wearing what they actually
yeah.
sell.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, because Brooks always wore like
Brooks had the PEs, the 2 summers of Brooks, where his was always flipped, right? And then we would always complain and we'd be like, why is it flipped, right?
But last year he wore Peaches full straight up all 4 days at the Master, and then he wore the PGA ones as well. Yeah. So I think this is a very classic look. This is going to look great on the guys at Augusta, like with what they're rocking for apparel and stuff like that. So like I can easily see Rory rocking the VT3s. I don't know if we'll see any Pegasus on the grounds. We might see him on some caddies. Like I think that would be nice if one of the caddies is rocking a Pegasus. I'm really excited to see Brooks in the tour, the Infinity Tour, to the and everything. So let's get into the shoes because I think it's a great little spot right now. And which ones do you guys want to start with?
Let's go right in order. Start with the
All right.
Pegasus.
Let's go Pegasus. We kind of already saw these. We kind of looked
Yep.
at them last episode, but so we can go quick on these. $140 on the price point. Full major size run available still. Yes, it came out today on 4/1. These are the Summit White, Barley Grape, Daybreak, and Black. Daybreak's got to be the iridescent, or maybe it's just the white. Maybe
Yeah,
it's the
or that
white,
light pink.
Vanguard.
It's almost like a sunrise. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and this is the same for all of these shoes, but as the season starts to change and the links start to stir, prepare to stroll in true splendor. This special design is new Lux come to life. A look at the game through a different lavish lenses with iridescent and glossy finishes. Transform your game in a design that melds the vintage vibes of yesteryear with our game-breaking golf technology. So, we've got the Pegasus. We've got some iridescent on the swoosh and the second swoosh underneath, in between the window panes of the back heel. We also have a tongue design and that has that iridescent kind of like, it feels very goldish, but it's definitely not. It's just the way that like the tarnishing of the things.
Yeah, like a black gold almost.
Yeah,
or
like the way that kind of finishes coppery, like for the tongue design. I just think these are really like classic and clean. We have black laces. I'm sure they might come with the second laces. You have the purple, kind of that lilac, or what they're calling barley grape sock liner. There's not like a lot of details to these, and then we have that like
add another
pattern
shade of
that we
purple
kinda
into
see.
this.
Yeah.
Everything gets a different shade of purple.
We have the that pattern with on the bottom, but I just think there's not like all of the little details that we have, but there is a lot of good design and there's a lot of good like aspects to these, which is kind of cool to see. So for the Pegasus 89G Energies, how are we ranking these boys?
I think
You mean we're scoring? So we're doing scoring and then ranking.
Yeah, we're gonna score all.
Go ahead. Keith.
I like that. I think this is out of the energy line here for the Masters. This is your most colorful shoe out of them all.
Yeah,
that we can see from pictures wise, the different shades of the iridescence and stuff. I'm a fan of these. It's not my favorite one in the group, but I'll give it a score of like a 3.8. I'll give it. I don't mind them if I'd rock them, but there's a couple other pairs.
Yeah, Keith, I'm a 3.69 on these, and I think by far they're the best Pegasus yet. So I was excited because I'm like, all right, if I was gonna buy a Pegasus, this one would be it. I was this close. Well, I'll tell you guys what shoe I ended up buying. But the one that made me consider this, I thought actually, even though it's 3.69, this might be the shoe I buy out of the bunch because I would wear it to Augusta with you guys and wear it on Tuesday for our live podcast. And I'd be like, this would be a perfect shoe, and if we were able to get on the grounds by chance, it would be awesome to walk, from Azalea House over to the tournament, watch the tournament and wear shoes. And everybody's always like, oh, you don't wear girl spikes to a tournament, right? Like, okay, buddy, you've never walked Whistling Straits when it's wet. All right. But so I like it. 140 on a Pegasus.
Yeah,
that's kind of what made it hard to swallow a little bit.
All of these are up about $20 from their standard
retail. Yeah,
starting.
So when you go to like the regular Pegasus, like I'm guessing it's like soft suedes and softer materials.
Right.
So it almost looks like, I guess I would have to see it in person. It looks like the Pegasus might have like more like white leather, pleather, whatever they use. So it does look like a more premium touch to it, but it's kind of hard when it's all white to see that. So I was most likely to buy these. That
rolled leather.
Yeah, I was most likely to buy these. But when we go through the other ones, so I'm 3.69.
I think these are my second favorite. So I'm at like a 4.025.
Ooh.
So I think it's low. It's a 4.0, but it's like they're. I just think what they did with these is just super classic and clean, and I think that's going to kind of
Is
be.
the toe box mesh or leather or
No,
solid?
it looks leather, solid.
Okay, that's a plus.
Yeah. Let me get it here.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, definitely
Yep.
solid.
Yep.
Definitely a solid toe box, which is quite nice. Might not breathe very well, but quite nice. So,
All right.
VT3s.
Easier to wipe
Keith,
out. Yep.
Keith, you're describing these bad boys.
Yeah, VT3s, all white. Got the iridescent, got the daybreak purple liner on the bottom sole there. Of course, it's your cleated bottom. Dark insole as well, the daybreak purple. Barely grape, we're calling it. Same tongue as on the Pegasus with that copper iridescent badge, swoosh with the golf sign on it. And the Endless Pursuit is going down the tongue, which is an awesome touch to it as well. I think with all of these, it's just a clean look with the double swoosh. It's going to be very eye-popping with our guys wearing this at an all-green Augusta. I hope to God it doesn't rain because I don't want to see any of these babies dirtied up. I want to see them all fresh and white and ready to go. But no, overall, I think this is a nice, clean look. Full black swoosh on both sides, which is awesome. It's not like a smaller one on the inside and the bigger one on the outside. Outside does have the double swoosh. The inside of the other side has the single swoosh as well. Overall, like I said, I love these. This is a nice, clean look. I like to give these like a 4.25 overall. You got the custom bottom on the bottom with the cleated bottom with.
These are the
shield.
best soles. These are the best
Yeah.
soles, I think, with the purple
The
kind of
most colorful soles.
yeah,
Yep.
bleeding in on that.
But 4.25. Matt, how you feeling?
I'm at 4.79 on these. I think these are the best executed ones out of the group.
Yeah.
I think the execution on these, the only thing I would change, the reason like it's not a 5.0, again, we've talked about that inner heel panel where that big solo swoosh is. Like, man, give me like a mosaic or give me more of the, more of the shields and stuff like that.
That sublimation inside there
would have been
so
great in
much
that
fun.
panel.
Good
I
on
think
the
that
inside,
panel
yeah.
is so underutilized right now. But I love the barely grape going through the midsole, how it starts low in the forefoot, rises up above the heel. They use that design element. The 3 black spikes with the 2 white soft spikes in the forefoot. I mean, that's just a chef's kiss. Like,
That's
what a nice touch.
I didn't even notice that.
What a great touch that is. I
That
mean,
is
shout out to Soft
really
Spikes and our guy
nice.
Tee Up. But
Yeah.
dude, I mean, it's a really well executed shoe. It's unbelievable. I think it's the best execution out of the group.
Yeah, that is nice. I didn't even notice that. That's a good look at it if you're watching us on YouTube right there. So, yeah, these are. I'm at a 4.1 on these. I think they're really pretty special. You're right, Matt. Like that, I was at like these might go up to a 4.2 because that just those spikes alone just like blew my mind a little bit. When have you ever seen like multicolored like layers of spikes on a shoe? Like normally it's all like one across, but
See, look at this back view. Look at this back view. When they do the solo swoosh with the double swoosh, look at the back view.
yeah.
Like, I know rarely you're gonna see. Look how they're off now.
Oh yeah.
Just,
Because of that
just
panel.
make it a panel.
I have brought that up before. I said like that they're
You
just
did,
don't
yep.
match.
I definitely noticed it now. I definitely noticed it way more now.
But
Because on the regular VT, yeah, I was gonna say on the regular VT, that swoosh on the inside is smaller than the one on the outside.
Yeah, but the big swoosh on these on the inside makes it.
Yeah, those are the
very
last years with the infinity swoosh like kind of tailing off.
Yeah. Cool. All right, let's. So remember, guys, we'll be at the Azalea House next week, and so the Azalea House, kind of the best place for Southern hospitality. If you're going to the first major of the year, get tickets and a VIP experience going there. We will be there on Tuesday, April 9th. Please come stop by if you're in town. Come see us. Say what's up to the show. We'll be doing a live show from there on. Let's see. live from the Azalea House in Augusta, Georgia, first major of the year. Tune in Tuesday, April 9th at 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Time. We might have another show too. Both on YouTube and Instagram Live. So make sure you're following us on both to watch the show. Podcast will be out the next following day for you guys to listen to all the fun that was had in one large show format. But we can't thank the Azalea House enough for their support and their hospitality on Tuesday at Augusta. So as we get that in, let's go to the Infinity Tour NRG. I'm going to just do the regular. There is a wide version of this, but I'm not sure I'm going to show the wide. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me if you want to see the wide.
They look exactly the same.
Wides,
Picture.
There's a wide of the Victory Tour 3 too.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, which I could use because that Victory Tour 3 is a little bit narrow. So, Matt, go ahead and describe these bad boys.
So you guys might have heard Keith describing it last week, and what a cool shoe. One of the things we have that flyweave upper, and we have is running from the toe, this kind of wing pattern that goes. Now, where on the regular release, you have a big swoosh on that wing, the two multiple swooshes have been moved back behind the wing. They are on the heel portion. Black side sock liner. By the way, the swooshes are double swooshes, so you have that daybreak going on as the shadow, and it looks very glossy, actually, as we look at it, right? Very glossy. As we go, we have the black sock liner on the top. We have that badge that's doing kind of that, I almost want to call it a black rainbow effect. It's like an inverse rainbow.
Yeah.
That goes, you have the little tag that says for the endless pursuit that holds your laces in place. And then as we go on and we move to the sole, the Zoom airbags have stayed clear. No purple shading like you see on the Victory Tour 3. This is just a straight clear outsole on these, showing swooshes and crossed clubs and the Shield logo underneath, kind of harkening back to all the different Nike logos of the past. And then in the wing, I forgot to notice it, I just see it now, there is a little iridescence. Yeah, the outside wing does have a little bit of iridescence to it.
Nice touch.
And then if we go to the back of the shoe, the very back of the shoe, looks like we have a little Nike swoosh and golf logo right there.
With the iridescence as well. That is definitely like showing.
Is there iridescence on that?
It from my computer screen, it's showing me that there is iridescence on this. It's like the same that's inside that wing on the outside foot. So it's like the same kind of stuff like that. So just a little bit, But these swooshes don't match up either now, which is outside inside. Shoe.
Yeah.
So
I think it's just
not a huge thing.
Swoosh on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus the outside swoosh. Yeah.
I love them. Sorry, I'm always going to be an Infinity Tour guy.
I know you are.
I am very high on these.
May or may not have been purchased today. I don't know. I'll see what shows up maybe on Thursday or Friday. I have no idea.
The $190 price, again, $20 more than the other ones. But here's the wide, and I want to just bring this up because these look different, but the soles look less like there's anything in these airbags compared to the other airbags, which looked like it had a little bit of something.
You feel like it's a render,
pocket.
Like a render.
It's just a
mistake.
Render. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good call.
It shouldn't be.
I feel like it's a darker wing. The wing is slightly darker now, too, on the wide.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how cool is it? I mean, Nike has to have realized that most of their sales are from the major editions. Like now they're offering not just 3 shoes, but 3 shoes plus 2 wides, right?
But the iridescent looks more like blue on this one, and maybe it's just the way that it was shot. Maybe someone was wearing a
my question is,
who had the camera.
Does that material? Purple. Yeah, see that? So, or does that material, the way that they sourced it, come in different like blocks? So like when you buy a pattern shirt, not like this is something I do at the outlets. So like I'll see a shirt, and if it's got the pattern in multiple sizes, I'll look for the pattern that I like the best. You know what I mean? Like, keep this area clean, yada yada. So
I will say these wing tabs on the laces tabs, these look also iridescent a little bit too.
I hope they are, because if they're just white,
yeah. So I mean that's the wide, again, $190 for that versus then the regular. That dropped today is $170. So,
can I say though, I don't mind the $20 increase on these.
No.
$20 on these, I'm fine with.
what I will say is that these green ones are really nice. I dig these, and this is the ones that Keith showed off the other days. 629 viewed in the last 7 days. That's a lot. But then they have a black and white pair. Now, if you're gonna want a black and white pair, why wouldn't you just go with the major pair that then has the iridescence? Because it's the same as a black and white pair. That's my preferable one, minus the big swoosh, if that's what you're gonna say, man.
No. It's retailers. You always have to have like a standard black and a standard white pair for the retailers. You can't say, hey, we're not going to release a white pair this year because
I get that. But I'm saying as a
consumer.
As a consumer, why
agreed.
You know what I mean? Like that's all, because I think you get a little bit more cooler stuff out of this one than you do the thing. But again, you get that lockup Nike, the things inside for the Endless Pursuit on the sole, like.
I like how
I'm at 4.33 on these, by the way. So
yeah,
I feel like you
guys I was at a 4.3.
Yeah, I'm at 4.33 on this.
It's gonna be my highest. I'm gonna do 4.55.
Ooh, I'm telling you, the white upper just makes me nervous.
It looks cleanable though. How I feel like it's the same material as the ones that you have, Keith.
Yeah.
How
is it an off white?
How gritty or how like?
I think it's gonna wipe right off. It's a solid, thicker material. It's definitely like a waterproof coating on the outside. That material that's covering the flyweave. Definitely.
What's it listed as? What's the color? Is it like an off white?
Summit white.
Summit white. Okay, then I'm okay if it gets a little dirty. Right. Yeah. Yep. I'm cool with
I
that.
wish that they would have brought in the barely grape in these.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a little darker bottom, a little bit to keep it less dirty. If
it's slightly in this tongue. This is about the only detail that you get of that, like barely grape. But yeah, I would have, somewhere in here, you mesh up those VT3 bottoms that like kind of pull in that like the thing with these.
Yes,
I would love that.
Purple air pocket here and that.
Yes.
Open.
Oh my God, you guys are singing.
I mean, it's slightly purple. There is purple in there. Like you
got to see them live. That's the thing. Yeah. If you see them live and there's a little purple, these go way up for me.
Yeah.
And I love on this one, by the way, on this model, you have the swoosh on the inside. The other models don't have a swoosh on the inside. So in this case, even though they don't match, it serves a really good design element here.
Right.
Yeah.
So I actually, yeah,
that's a clean top-down look, right? Like this is a clean top-down look. Without, like, I know that like we like the big swoosh, but top down, if you see the big swoosh, it might be a little bit more of like the somebody help me out with those ones. And I love them.
Control.
Yeah, the LC3s, right? With the big like swoosh on the front toe. Like
oh, that was
I love those
LC4.
ones.
LC4.
LC4. Yeah. So I think I gave
the ones that you had all the college inner panels that we love too.
Yeah. So but like you don't have that. It's just a top down clean look. So you got a really nice look there.
Keith, what was your score on these?
4.55.
Yeah, 4.5.
Nice. So that was your highest one?
They're taking the overall spot for the energy releases so far.
So I think, for me or ranking these, my ranking is it's kind of the Zoom Infinity Tours 1, the Victory Tours, like it's the opposite of what you see on the screen right now. It's 3, 2, 1, because the details on the Victory Tour 3 are stellar. The execution, but then there's lots of color in the Pegasus. So overall, like a really, really good job. I want to make sure there wasn't another pair because I thought I saw something else.
Well, Sneaker News leaked the Jordan, which we could talk about after this because the Jordan's not up yet.
Jordan but 1. I don't know. We can't rank it because we don't have the. Like, what is this guy doing? He's wearing this bag.
Oh, is he doing? Did they have the model wearing the bag wrong again? Click on that. This is the performance cart. Why do they keep doing this to these guys? No, he's wearing it correctly. It just looks strange.
I don't put it fully over my body.
Well, it's a single strap at least this time.
Yeah.
Go to I think it was the not the Peaches guy, but it was the
What?
U.S. Open guy.
Yeah, I don't think they have it anymore.
Oh,
so.
you know what it was? They had him strap it up, but the handle was on his back.
Yeah.
It was
used
backwards. It was
like,
reversed.
how did you do that?
There's an episode. You guys can go back and listen to that because that was
Yes.
That
we
was a good
definitely
one.
talked about that.
So what was your so Keith,
So that's
what
my
was your
ranking.
ranking?
My ranking is
Yeah.
I'm same with Gumby. 3, 2, 1. Number 1 is Infinity Tour. 2 is VT3, and 3 is the Pegasus.
Man, and you know what's funny? At first, when we first got these, I said I'm most likely to buy the Pegasus, and we all loved the swoosh on the Victory Tour 3, and we all said, why didn't they do a big swoosh on the Zoom Infinity Tour?
Oh,
And I know you ordered it, Keith.
yes.
But to be honest with you, the double swoosh has grown on me on the Infinity Tour. I actually like it because it's different than the regular, differentiates it from the standard white. My ranking, even though I was most likely to buy the Pegasus, I'm with you guys. It's number 3. Number 1 for me is the Victory Tour 3. I think it's the best executed out of the 3. And Infinity Tour is number 2 for me, but it is the one that I also ordered.
Oh, I knew it.
Yes, sir.
It's one of those.
Finally.
The VT3, I
got
can
an
see
Infinity
myself.
Tour.
If it sits, I can see myself picking this up as my first VT3 because it is nice. But I would just want it because they offer it in a wide.
True.
I would get it in the wide.
Yeah.
But the wide is 210. Like, these are also the most expensive ones, but they're probably the most premium things. So
I mean, the reason I ended up ordering the Infinity is because I waited last year, 2 years ago on the Infinity because I was wanted to see the majors, and then I got disappointed. I should have just done the cotton candies from the get-go, and I ended up getting a good deal. So I was like, okay, I'm either buying Pegasus. I already have Victory Tour 3. So I'm like, okay, I'll either buy Pegasus or I'll buy Next Percent. And here's the thing. Next Percent just launched. You know what I mean? Like I don't have any other colors to tempt me. Those first two, that white and that white green, they don't really they don't really sizzle my bacon.
Matt, did you go wide or reg, or did you get both to try both?
Dude, I went regular just because here's the thing. I would rather have a shoe lock me in and it'd be a little painful on a golf course than have it be too loose, right? Like I think that's my one complaint about the 9s right now is I think the 9s run a little bit wide. I don't quite get the lockdown. It's the same issue I have with the Victory Tour 3 right now. I don't get quite the lockdown. So I'm hopefully, and you know what? I'm hoping, you know, I'm hard on the Infinity Tour for a reason. I'm hoping third time's a charm, right? Because the first one, we all know about the heel problems, right?
Yeah.
And then the second one, good, but I could feel the pods. Like I'm hoping this is the one, man. I'm rooting for it.
You'll love this one.
Nice.
Gumby, we got to go back to Nelly's shoe real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's do Nelly's shoe real quick. And then if you want to bring up sneaker news and the Jordan 1. I'd love to get you guys a score on the Jordan 1.
Yeah, I think we can do that next week too if we come.
Oh, we could do that live. We could do that live
because I think I want to see. Be able to see.
We start with Nelly and we end with Nelly's shoe.
Yeah, Nelly's shoe is the new free. It's the NN, so they have the black, and then the new colorway is the white and the orange as well. They're calling it dark team red. I don't know about that at all. But I kind of dig these frees. I used to love this free bottom. They have a pair of shoes in this as a couple. So,
but is that bottom usable outside the golf course, or is it like?
I don't
make you feel like you're on ice skates.
Feel it. You'll probably feel it walking around, like you're,
But you're not gonna go through the grocery store. Yeah,
I would. Yeah, I probably still would. I don't have regular shoes.
I guess will it be as seamless as like going in a pair of 270s?
What'd you say, Matt? I'm sorry.
Will it be as seamless going to the grocery store after the course as it would be in 270s in these? Or will you be like slipping on the grocery store tile a little bit?
Yeah.
I remember it being like a big enough nub to like grab in.
Yes.
So like I think you would notice it.
You'll feel it. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, I guess that's okay. It's a performance-oriented shoe, right? Like she's won 3 times in it, so like that's the main goal for it to be a good golf shoe.
Was Tommy wearing these at all, or he's still in?
He's won practice rounds.
He was on the range wearing these multiple times.
Yeah,
but Nelly's been wearing them through all conditions too, rain and stuff. So they must be holding up too.
They have a bigger. The thing is that in the old Free, they had these pods, the pods in the back heel as
Correct.
well, and this heel has a much more of that Jordan, nope, not Jordan, the Janowski like heel. You don't remember? Like,
Yeah,
what was
270 kind of did it. Like it's
Yeah,
just straight.
But remember Tony was wearing the Janowskis, right? Like that had like the kind of the same thing with the
Correct.
the big tooth marks kind of thing. So maybe
It's
that's
one of
what's
those-
being able to help, with that, right? Like be able to lock in on that. So different heel, which is kind of nice than
Well,
the
you don't really
original
want your
Free.
heels dug in, right? When you're swinging, anyways.
No.
No, I know, but
Right? You
maybe,
want to be
maybe
athletic
that's
on
why.
your
Maybe
feet,
that's why it was digging too much. So
Ooh, Flywire. Is that Flywire?
Oh,
yeah, Flywire in it.
Buddy,
That's a
take
flashback.
me
from
back.
that
This
time.
free is definitely like a harken back to when they first
Absolutely.
By the way,
came out.
black colorway for me is a 5.0. Just putting it right now. I'm just going straight
Yeah.
into it. This is a
I'm right
5.0.
with you. I'm right.
with
I
the
love
little
it.
like lime green.
I'm
I
a little
love it.
disappointed we didn't get an Endless Pursuit free.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, that would have been nice. That'd been nice.
I mean, look, we're getting
Uh,
greedy now. We got a Jordan 1 Endless Pursuit. I mean,
The orange and white, I dig this. Like I do.
is it white or is it another?
Oh,
Maybe
it's
Summit.
Summit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Summit
and
white.
Phantom. I like this a lot. I can see myself rocking this. The problem is that there's another orange shoe out there that I gotta get instead.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Because this
the Air
one's
Max
dropped
1 is
today.
what you gotta rock.
Yeah,
Air Max 1.
this is Gumby
Like,
right here.
I'm rocking this to a Q's football game next year, like no matter what. You know what
By
I
the way,
mean?
what an
Like,
embarrassment
this
of
is-
riches. And then the white blue launched on Air Max Day.
Oh, I know. Like, it's
If I wasn't loaded up on white red, I would have gotten the white blue. But...
and then you get a Pegasus in green, and you're like, "What the heck? This is so."
Okay,
like,
Is that the Masters
okay.
one?
I'm glad you called this out because people were like, "Well, is this Endless Pursuit? Is this the mate?" Right? And I'm not making fun of you guys. Like, it's a great question. It is actually a very good question. And I think what you all have to realize is, like, I've seen other companies do a white, green, and then they throw in a little bit of yellow shoe, and everybody's doing it. And here's Nike. Hey, guess what?
You
Here's
have-
a white and green shoe. Throw some yellow laces. Throw in some red laces. Whatever you want to do. And you've got your own version that you can do because the Victory Tour 3 will also release in a white green, I believe. So like
Yeah.
let's go Peaches. Let's go off the wall. Let's go wild with it. So that's why I'm kind of okay that it wasn't a very Masters specific theme for
no,
Endless
I
Pursuit.
agree. I think it looks nice, and I think you're right, man. I think to give some breathing room to Peaches, like you're not going to follow up those details with another like super banger. So why not take something more a little bit like more clean aspect and go from there? You know.
Also,
So,
another reason I ordered the next percents because I was like, I'm not going to wear the Pegasus. I'm going to wear these on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think we're all wearing those on Tuesday.
Well, Keith
I mean,
only has
we-
next percent, I think, in Peach.
I know. At least I am. Well,
I'll
Keith
find
got
something I got.
Keith behind his head's got something nice for Tuesday.
That's for possibly later. We won't get into
So,
that. The next
um,
day.
We got goodies
what are these
available
new?
for those
what
of
are
you that are
these-
stopping by
these
Yeah.
Azalea.
We do. We'll have
Infinity
some goodies
G
there.
and Ns as well.
What in the world? These are driving ring special.
Yeah,
They'll be
these are the
$40
dad
at the end of
shoes.
the season.
Here's your grocery store shoe.
No, this is your this is you forgot your shoes and
the
you're not
waffle-
willing to golf.
These are kind of like nice with like almost a waffle though. Like
I like the bottoms, but they're
Waffle
just they're
nubs?
bulky.
Yeah,
Waffle bottoms. They're just bulky.
Sorry.
but the rest of it is just these are Mike B specials kind of thing, you know. So
The gray version I think shows better than the all white. The all white definitely.
yeah, I don't know. So and then
just
you got the
don't get why
most
you have
dad.
that
This is the
shoe.
most dad shoe of all time, right here.
Oh, goodness
Like,
gracious.
Infinity Pro 3.
This Victory Pro 3, yeah.
But is there seriously
That's pretty
somebody that
close.
wants to pay $130 for these?
I don't.
I mean, this is the.
I
this
mean,
is,
talk to me, Goose.
I
That's
don't know.
it's a little too much right there, price point wise. Should
mean-
be like 90, 95.
I mean, so this is the guy that wants a spike shoe but doesn't want to go past 140. Like,
But
well,
like,
I guess
this is
the most cost effective, right? This is the most cost effective spike shoe.
Spike shoe,
Aren't
yeah.
these, but are these just the Monarchs? Like, doesn't this just
It's
give you
really
the
close.
vibes? This is just the golf version of a Monarch, you know?
It's closer to that than it is the Victory Tour 3. Like, I don't get.
Yeah. Like,
You're calling a Victory
when
Pro
you do
3.
a big outline like this is the Monarch. Like,
there's like nothing VT3 about
blue and
this.
white.
Like, it's not a takedown. It's a letdown.
Right? This is the same. Like,
Ooh, okay. Now
the red
these
one, the maroon or something. These ones just came out today.
yeah.
Okay, I dig this colorway.
But I don't.
It's out there
I
though.
think it's all red. That's all red. The swoosh is red.
No,
There's no black. That's
outlined.
just dark
Swoosh
maroon.
It's red outlined with black.
The swoosh is red with a black outline.
With a slick black. Okay.
Yeah.
It is the best colorway out of that one, out of the Victory Pro 3s.
Here's the thing though, like I don't want to take down. I don't want to take down the Scotty one, but this is that same line here that the Scotty one has, but then the swoosh interrupts it.
Okay, how much is Scotty
there's
one?
a little bit, you know.
Scotty one's the 150.
Is it still available?
Should be, but it was 150 retail. Oh, they took it down.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
If you love your dad, spend the extra $20 for the Scotty one.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like it's just cleaner.
Like, don't do
But
that.
apparently they don't have it anymore. I haven't seen it, you know. So I don't know. Maybe it's not up there anymore. Oh boy. What an episode. Feeling good, guys, though. Lots of good stuff. 4-1 is a good day. Not a lot of apparel drop, though. I think we've got pretty much our polos, maybe some new colorways, but we've got what we got until we got 6-1. So you can kind of see him behind Keith's head right now of some stuff of what we've got out there on some of these polos. So they got some good stuff, some new ones. There's some good details in the polos. Some of these confetti, some of the paintbrush looks really good. Some of the, tie-dye-ish ones, some of the stripes, the blocking. They got some good stuff. Yeah, Matt.
Keith, out of all the you got a lot of the new polos, Keith.
Yes.
What's your favorite? Like, I would just say to wear, not necessarily the design wise, but the material, the feel. Like, do you have a favorite? Like one of out of all the different ones, because there's a lot of cool designs, but I'm just trying to feel out. Like, I might buy a new one ahead of Augusta.
Like a lot of the ones, if everybody's watching, a lot of the ones behind me right now are the same material, except for the Advance and the Victory, which is this orange one right here, and the Advance one's the green one. But these confetti ones are the best stretchy material ever. It's like almost like the old school Vapor line. It really is. They stretch and they're not as heavy as I think they used to be. They're like more breathable now. But they are so stretchy and they're awesome.
Is it stretchier than the blade?
Yes.
Than the new premium blade.
Yes, I got the blades right there as well.
Is the blade stretchier than the alligator?
Yes.
Okay.
Advance is less stretchy. It's just because it's so thin and so knitted together. There's really no give to it.
Did I ever tell you guys that when they came out with the first ADV, they had the tiger they had that pink one, that really nice pink one, and it kind of had the camo in it and everything like that. I was trying to stretch it out because I was trying to get it stretched, and I put my fucking hand through it. I was trying to stretch it out, and I just put a freaking hole right through the goddamn thing, and I was like, well, there goes that polo. I think I immediately sent it back to Nike, and they sent me another one.
Was that the blade collar one?
Yeah.
Okay, so Nike must have hated me because I ordered the black and gray camo one, and I ordered it in XL, and it looked like a nurse's outfit, like I was wearing scrubs, and then I wore and I couldn't put the large on. And I was like, how is this possible? We're just not even close. I needed a large 0.5.
That's what I was doing. I was just trying to stretch it out, and then I just went right through it.
Yeah, and I was so disappointed because I love that. I love that design. That was actually.
I still have it in the closet for if I ever get down and weight to that. But
what size is it?
I think it's a 2. So
okay. Hey, Nick's looking.
I know.
He was supposed to join us.
Where's my hat?
So I think we got to. I'm very excited about some of these colorways. That orange one, Keith, you said that's a different material. Is it stretchy or is it not stretchy?
It is stretchy, but it's that lighter, like a little bit cheaper Victory line.
Yeah.
It is stretchy.
Oh, there it goes.
There it goes. Yeah, there's definitely stretch to it, Gumby.
Yeah,
it's more than the blade.
I like it.
And more
there's
than
there's nice details in that one,
there is.
right? Like,
there's some nice designs in this.
Yeah, it gives me salmon vibes, like not just because of the color, but because of the lines. Like I just think I want some sushi, right? Some salmon nigiri right there is what that gives me vibes of.
Yeah, we could probably get into the apparel a little bit more, Augusta, or a couple more episodes when stuff, all the colors are released, and we'll see the guys wearing all these now at Augusta. So
yeah, I mean, this guy's been rocking that white, or you say sky blue and other blue confetti that you got down by your shoulder. So that's really good to see. I mean, I'm intrigued to see some blades out there. You know, Roy will probably rock a blade. What colors will he rock? There's that like peachy orange one out there a little bit. So it'll be cool. It'll be nice to see, and it's man, it's great to be in it. 4-1. I feel like April's definitely the official start of golf season, so it's gonna be great. Any well, here, let me hit some reminders.
Yes.
Before we hit the end of the show. So reminder, we will be live from the Azalea House next week in Augusta. First range of the year. Tune in Tuesday, April 9th at 10 a.m. or 12 p.m. Catch us whichever one show that you can do for our live show, Instagram Live, YouTube Live. We'll be going. And if all goes wrong, you will just hear a recording on Wednesday. And so sorry. But hopefully we'll be live. We got some great guests. We got some giveaways. We've got some other stuff too for our Patreon subscribers. So remember, become a supporter of the podcast by going to patreon.com/the Swoosh Life Podcast. I know it probably says something different in our bio on iTunes or on Spotify. I have yet to figure out how to change that. So just make sure you're listening to us and go to patreon.com and the Swoosh Life Podcast to become a supporter. We've got our first goodie bag for March going out. And then we've got another surprise for April going out as well. And we got some other stuff for you guys. So we're working hard to secure some deals, some cool things happening, especially in Augusta. And so, become a supporter. And then remember to go like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Instagram. You're going to need to follow us on Instagram for some of these giveaways as well. And also just stay up to date on everything Swoosh. If we get scripting, we'll put it out. But we're going to be working our tails off next week, everything. And then lastly, join us on masters.com for Masters Fantasy and search for the league, the Swoosh Life Podcast, or hit the link that will be in our Instagram bio and compete in our fantasy league for the Masters. We do this every year. The winner will receive a Swoosh Life prize pack full of stuff. We'll get something hopefully from the Masters, from Augusta, to give you guys. We're not promising yet because we ain't got any tickets yet, but we'll see what happens, and one of you guys, whoever wins, will receive a prize pack. Last year we did have a tie, I believe, and then we got it figured out. This year, hopefully, it's a little bit easier, and we don't have that, but whoever wins in our Masters Fantasy will go home with something. So make sure you sign up on masters.com for that. I can actually say the Masters that because they promote it themselves. So, yeah, boys, we have less than a week until we're all together for probably the first time. And expectations, excitement level, how are we feeling about that next week before we sign off?
Feeling great. A lot of things going on, a lot of things still to put together. All of us coming together is going to be awesome. It really is. It's going to be great to have all three of us together, have some guests come in at the Azalea House. It's just Gumby, you and I riding down together. Matt, I pray you have a safe ride down as well. We all get together on Sunday or Monday, and then we take off from there. It's going to be great.
Man, speaking of safe travels, so get in the car today. And I forgot to, how you doing, tell you guys this story. Get in the car today, start driving, get a quick little workout in the morning before the kids wake up. Check engine light comes on.
Uh-oh.
I go, okay, Call the dealership. They could get me in at 11 o'clock. I go, great. Silver lining. My car's at 99,000 miles. My extended warranty expires at 100,000. And the trip to Augusta would actually take me over 100,000 miles. So better that it happened today. I am without car until Wednesday. But yes, safe travels to you guys. I hope you guys get there. We will be recording the 2 live episodes at 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock. And if there's somebody, we've got a couple surprise guests. We'll be filming little 20-minute, 30-minute interviews with some people that are very topical, very hot topics lately. They will be releasing throughout the week as well, so you can listen to us Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We might even just drop it all on Wednesday. Who knows? All depends on what Gumby wants to upload on Wednesday night after his...
Whatever I have bandwidth for internet at the Azalea House is we will do, or
Correct.
wherever we are staying on Wednesday. I'm just going to be working my tail off to get this out to you guys. Matt's going to be on Instagram, and Keith's going to be, peddling some gear and stuff down there. So we all got our roles. We're going to hit it hard. We're doing it for you guys. We're so excited that we have this opportunity, and we're going to have a blast. Yeah, we might get some golf in. I don't even know. We'll see.
Now, I'll just say this. If there's anybody that you all want to be on the Swoosh Life podcast, hit them up and let them know that we will be available Tuesday afternoon for a quick 20-minute, 30-minute interview. We already have 3 slots kind of lined up. If there's somebody that you really want to be part of the show with us, tell them to go to the Azalea House on Tuesday, April 9th, sometime in the afternoon. We'll make room for them. We'll make time. Just make sure that their sneaker game is strong.
Yeah, exactly. And I talked about a meetup at Topgolf. I'm pretty sure that Topgolf is going to be goddamn full on Tuesday. So we'll tell you where we're at. We might just end up at a Cheddar's or
is there a Waffle House?
There is a Waffle House. I've never been to a Waffle House. Are we going to Waffle House?
Let's go.
Team dinner, team podcast dinner at Waffle House.
Yes.
Let's go. Again, thank you guys for all your support. We really appreciate this, and we're just trying to do it best for you as we do this. So for the Swoosh Life Podcast, that's been Keith, Matt, Gumby. See you in Augusta in the next one. Bye. Make sure you follow us at the Swoosh Life Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. And support us by going to patreon.com/Swoosh Life Podcast or at podcasters.spotify.com. And make sure you're watching us on YouTube. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Swoosh Life Podcast. And always listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and more. Swoosh Life Podcast.
Checks over stripes, yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, that's what we like. Yeah.